as my mom prepares lunch for my dad, like she always does, I notice that the dance is different. She used to just float through the kitchen and do all the things, and now she has more of a shuffle and she's less steady on her feet, and it takes her a little bit longer to do the things that she wanted to do, and she can't reach the things that she used to reach, or maybe she might forget what she was just in the process of doing. But the whole idea of it is still the same. But when I watch her do this, I just go into this moment of thinking about my mom and all the times I've seen her do this. She loves being in the kitchen. She loves cooking for people. And she's always cooked for my dad because she just loves it. That's how she shows her love. But I noticed that this looks different to me now. I don't know if it feels different to her. I don't know if she notices the difference because she is with herself every day. And my mom and dad live close to me, so I see them often. But as I watch her perform this beautiful dance that she always does, I just notice the difference. I notice that my mom is a foot shorter at least than she used to be. She's shrinking quickly. She's not as steady on her feet. Her hands are shaky. Has slowed down. She definitely has slowed down, but she still makes the magic happen in the kitchen. And I think back to all of the dinners that she's cooked, the lunches she's prepared, all of the special birthday meals and holidays. And I still see the same person in my heart. But physically, she's a different person. Gone are the days where she is the one taking care of everybody. She is the one who's doing all the things. Now the tides have turned a little bit in a sense of now I will go to her doctor's appointments. I'll check in on her more often. I'll do more things with her. I'll call more often. We'll do more special things. The time that I do spend with my mom is way more precious. I love talking about her more. I will always ask my parents these questions, like, tell me about, and they'll just be like, oh my gosh, here we go. Because I'm a curious person and I want to know who they are as people. Both my parents. I'm talking specifically about my mom because I see myself in her, and my mom and I are very, very close. We have a very special relationship. And I've noticed over the past maybe 6 months, a year, that she has changed from my mom who does all the things into my mom who is a precious little old lady. And it's beautiful to see, but of course I feel it in my heart because she's my mom, she's my rock, she'll always be my rock, but the tides have changed. And now as we find ourselves in midlife, in this sandwich generation, taking care of the people that used to take care of us, my heart softens and melts, and time just becomes more precious. I see who my mom was and who she's becoming, and it's all beautiful. She's an amazing person through all of it. She's my hero. I hope one day that I could be a fraction of the woman that she is. She is just absolutely amazing. But I'm standing back and kind of watching this transformation happen. And I do remember when my mom's mom passed away, she cried, and I never see her cry. She just is not a crier. And I said, I'm so sorry. This must be so hard for you. I'm sorry for, the loss of your mom. And she said, I'm not crying for the loss of my mom. I'm crying because now I'm alone. And even as I say this, it hits my heart because she's an only child too. And I never thought about it from the perspective of, you always have your parents. I talked about this in another podcast. That's the ceiling. That's the roof. You always have that roof. But some days you don't even notice that the roof is there. But the roof is always there no matter what. And then one day the roof is just gone. And you're like, whoa, where did my roof go? And as I see my parents age, this is what I think about more often, is being without a roof. And it's very, very hard. So I really try to make this time really, really rich and valuable. So important. Like, time is of the essence. Time is all that we have together. That's it. There's nothing else, and we can't buy more time. And the reason I'm telling you this story about my fabulous mom is because the other day I looked at myself and I thought, how did I get here? And I don't mean here in my life, because I love my life. My life is amazing. How did I get here in the sense of this stage of my life into midlife, this age of my life, where all of a sudden I'm halfway through, hopefully, because we never know, nothing is guaranteed. Every day is a blessing. And we always want to be where our feet are, because nothing is guaranteed. But how did I get to this part of my life? And because as I see my mom physically changing, gracefully transforming into this beautiful old lady, I see myself also transforming into this beautiful midlife woman. And this is crazy, because you can notice that in body changes. And I am a physical person, meaning I am completely and totally connected to my body. I listen to my body. I take my cues from my body. I feel like my body is divine knowing, and I just got to learn how to translate it. Your workouts change, like what your body can physically do changes. I used to be a full-on boot camp girl. Anyone who came to my classes knew that about me. I was full on. The more you sweat, the better. Like, I love moving my body, and that's changed. And the intensity has changed. Like, really stepping back and slowing down and softening. My goal over the past couple of years has been to soften and release. Just let go. Just let go of all the things. Surrender. Soften and surrender. And I can see this transformation happening. And it happens slowly over time. Little by little, every single day, until you notice, hey, I've changed in these ways. And this is midlife. This is where you're like, I can't run anymore because my body is telling me, don't run anymore. But I still love to move my body, so now I become a walker, and now I think back to all the people that I see walking all the time. And I think about, it's all this certain age of a person that walks. Although I did notice in my neighborhood, anytime I see people walking that never used to walk, I knew something was going on for them. They're trying to work it out by walking. You know, it's like the loss of a job, the change in a relationship, whatever it is. If I see people walking, I'm like, there's big change going on in that person's life. Because when we physically move, that's how we can create and solve problems and come up with really fabulous solutions. But the way we move our body changes. So when you're a physical person like me, that can be hard if I think that I'm only the person who has to sweat all the time. But instead, if I can be graceful about it, then I walk, I hike, I ride my bike, I play tennis, I go surfing. I play pickleball one day. I know it's inevitable, so I'm going to say it. I play pickleball. But I go with the flow. That's the whole point. And as I see my physical body change, I'm like, who is this person? Who is this body? Where did this come from? But I love it just as much as I loved the last version of myself. Because my body is changing for a reason. It's telling me, hey, it's time to do these things instead. So I want to honor that. I don't want it to be like a thing that is a hindrance for me. Here's how I really think about things is, when it was 15 years ago when the doctor told me, hey, you need a full knee replacement. Stop doing everything. Just wait and do pain management until you're old enough to get a knee replacement in 20 years. It was the craziest thing. And it was devastating. And so what did I do instead? Did I stop doing things and take pain management like the doctor told me? No. Because that's just not what I believe. So instead, I changed my diet. I became a plant-based person and the arthritic pain went away. And what else did I do so I could keep moving my body? I bought spin bikes for my studio because I'm like, damn, I can still spin because it's super easy on the joints. And the whole pain went away. Solved for the problem, but still being able to move my physical body. And guess what? Those spin bikes are a workout. Even now, like I ride my bike because spin bikes are like, you gotta be motivated and dedicated to do spin bikes, especially when you're the instructor. Because I used to be doing those classes once, twice a day. And it's like, that's intense stuff. But that's how you transform. That's how you go with the flow. This is who I am now in midlife. This is the physical body that I have. And this is why I work with my clients, because our body changes and it's not bad. Nothing's gone wrong. Quite often we're like, we haven't changed anything, but our physical body has changed. And we're like, how did this happen? What's going on? Somebody help me. And when I work with my clients, I help them through this. And it's from a place of like, this is not a problem. Our body's designed to do this. And here's how you work with it. But it happens slowly over time, little by little, each day, and then all of a sudden, boom, you're here. That's why I say, how did I get here? With a midlife body. Not a bad thing, it's just different. But it works the same way in the other direction too. So slowly over time we age, and slowly over time our body changes. But when it works the other way, you can change for the better. Slowly over time, little by little, day by day, you can get stronger. You can build muscle. Building muscle is really important as we get into midlife for the reasons of we want to be able to be mobile. We always want to be able to be mobile, and we want to have strong muscles, and we want to avoid any kind of fall. That's the thing. We want to be agile and strong. And there's a big misconception about having brittle bones. And what I want to offer up is a lot of it has to do with our nutrition. Because yes, we want to do weight-bearing exercises, which is walking, which is playing tennis, all of those fun things. Those will help to keep your bones strong. You want to have that impact, because when you have impact, the bone is always rebuilding itself. But one of the quickest ways to get brittle bones is by the food you eat. Of course, you know I'm going to say that. It's the food that you eat or the food you don't eat. Because when our body, it has a pH balance. And when it's alkalized, it's good. That's when our body is doing all the things it should be doing. But when it's acidic, guess what happens? When our body is acidic, it pulls calcium out of the bones to alkalize it. So the way our body gets acidic is from the food we eat. When we eat processed foods, that's acidic to our body. When we eat whole clean foods, especially leafy greens, those are all alkalizing foods. And that's the path that we're on. We're eating whole clean foods because we know it's critical to getting stronger and building muscle. It's the food we eat. It's the thoughts we think. In midlife, we want to make new friends. Right? Like that's part of it. Maybe we want to make new friends. We want to learn new skills. And maybe possibly, if you're like me, we want to travel to faraway magical lands, because that is the path I'm on, and that is just like a dream come true for me. And I'm working on taking you with me, so stay tuned. Maybe you want to learn new languages. Maybe you want to give back to the community. That's what it can look like. You can create that for yourself over time. You can create new communities for yourself. You are a different person than when you were going out to your kids' sporting events. Now you want to hang out with different people. You want to do different things. You want to think different thoughts. You want to feel different feelings. So you want to build new communities. You want to get healthier. Remember, that's the number one thing. It used to be like, I want to have a really rockin' body and lose weight. But now it's like, how can I be healthier? And weight loss comes as a side effect of getting healthier in midlife. You want to be happier. That happens slowly over time, becoming more fulfilled, redefining, refining your purpose. When we have purpose, it doesn't matter where we are or what we're doing, life is amazing. All based on purpose. And how we get all of these things is one small action at a time. Just one small action. When we are chasing our big, scary dreams, it's never one big thing that gets us there. It's like, oh, if I just do this one big thing once, I'm going to achieve this big, scary dream that I've had my whole life. No. How do we get there? It's all the small daily things that we do every single day that add up to big, huge things. It's the 1% rule, atomic habits. If you improve just 1% every single day, just do 1% more. You're going to see huge changes down the road. I won't see those changes tomorrow or the week after, but down the road, you're going to see huge changes. 1% every single day. So how can you apply this to midlife? The biggest thing I see my clients working on in midlife is their health. And health is something that you can't buy. No amount of money. When you look at all the rich people that have died of all these diseases, their money can't help them. So the work that you do now is going to make you so healthy down the road. When I go back to thinking about my mom, she's 82 and she has just been so healthy her whole entire life, and she's independent and doing all these things. Why? Because she's taking good care of her health every single day. Every single day she'll eat clean foods. Every single day she'll go swimming. She'll go walking. She'll have happy thoughts. She'll play mahjong. She hangs out with her friends. Every single day she's built this life for herself to get her to be this vibrant, magical, beautiful, amazing, healthy old lady. Beautiful old lady. So amazing. So time is of the essence because you can't buy more time. Think about it like the compound interest philosophy. When you start super early and you keep contributing, then you get that compound interest. But if you wait, and then try to invest, you don't get the compound interest. Think of it as a glass of water, a glass of green tea. Say it's full, and I start to take a scoop out. You won't notice that I've taken a scoop out. But if I take a scoop out every single day, if I take a teaspoon out every single day, over time you'll notice that water is missing, but it'll take time. You won't notice it for a while that I've been taking out a teaspoon at a time. Compound interest. But if every single day I take a teaspoon out, over time you'll notice that water is disappearing. Water's gone. Water has been taken out. So my invitation for you is to get crystal clear on what you want to create for yourself in midlife. So first of all, you have to know what you're going for. And then ask yourself this question, because remember, the quality of life we live is dictated by the quality of questions we ask ourselves. So ask yourself this question: what's the next little step that I can take every day to make this big dream happen? Just the next, and then show up for yourself. Do that. Once you master self-discipline, consistency, and self-control, everything else will magically fall into place. I promise you, it's these skills that we want to master. For example, when it comes to your midlife body, you're not focusing on being skinny, you're focusing on self-discipline. If you do the self-discipline, you'll be skinny. You'll be lean. I like the words strong and lean. Those words really vibrate, really resonate with me. You're not focusing on not overeating. You're focusing on self-control with what you put in your mouth. If you focus on the self-control, the body will show up. The body will appear. But not just today, over time, just like the glass of water. You're not focusing on being in the gym every day. You're focusing on being consistent. If you're consistent every day, you'll get those results. This is where the magic happens, and all your results will seem to magically appear. And this is true for all areas of our life. I just used our body as an example because it's relatable for midlife women, but this will be across the board. You can copy and paste this into all areas of your life. The secret sauce is self-discipline, self-control, and consistency. Now, over to you. What are you going to do with all of this knowledge? What's the one small thing you're going to do today to reach that big goal down the road? If you need help with this, my friend, come and join my Eat More, Lose Weight in Midlife 5-day challenge. It is a game changer. I apply all of these philosophies and we personalize this just for you. So you can leave this 5-day challenge knowing exactly what to do so that you can eat more and lose weight in midlife. Registration is open today. I'll put the link in the show notes. Thank you for listening. Always, always, always love yourself first and have an amazing day.